Today we're going to talk about a very popular training program, and that is German Volume Training, or GVT for short. Similar versions of this program have been around since the 1950s, with Vince Gironda having a similar type program, but it was Charles Poliquin that popularized it in the 1990s, and while there have been many spin-offs, Charles's remains the most popular, and the one we'll be looking at today. The goal for this program is to build lean muscle mass at an accelerated rate. The first thing I would like to note is it isn't just one workout, but part of a phased program. GVT is actually 3 phases plus a 3-week recovery block just after phase 1. The first phase is talked about the most as it has the 10 sets of 10 reps on the first 2 exercises. There's 4 exercises per workout and 3 different workouts that repeat every 5 days. All of the programs that I design for myself and my clients are phased, varying the reps, number of sets, and weight to keep the program fresh with my clients progressing. German volume training adjusts the weight and number of reps with the same goal in mind. The first workout of the 5-day training block, Supersets chest and back. A superset is where you do 2 exercises back to back with little to no rest in between. In this case, you do 10 reps of chest with say flat bench, then go straight over to bent over rows and do another 10 reps. Then you'd rest for 90 to 120 seconds before starting your next set. Another option here would be chest dips, superset with pull-ups. This is a personal favorite of mine. For these first 2 exercises, you should always pick compound movements. The more muscles the exercise uses, the better. And always do the same exercise for all 10 sets. The next 2 exercises are supplementary. For these, you only do 3 sets at 10 to 20 reps with 60 seconds rest. So these would be exercises like chest flies and lat pull downs. I might even do a dumbbell pullover here. Before we go into the next workout, we should talk about tempo and weight selection. We're given 2 different ways to select the weight. We either use 60% of our 1 rep max, or we find the weight that we hit technical failure on our 20th rep and use that weight for 10 reps. It might feel light at first, but by the 10th set, you may not even be able to finish all 10 reps. Now, if you can finish all the reps without taking any extra rest, then it is time to increase the weight, and you do this in 4 to 5% increments, keeping strict watch on your rest times, as they are a key part of this program, so it is recommended you use a stopwatch. This incremental increase in weight makes this program progressive, which is one of the things I like about GVT. You might think there's not enough resistance to build muscle, but just a couple weeks ago we looked at a study that showed older men who were lifting similar weight and reps, although less sets, and they were able to build muscle. And Canadian weightlifter and Olympic silver medalist Jacques Demers credits the size of his thighs to GVT. The program's tempo is a 4-second negative, which is when you lower the weight, and a 2-second concentric, which is the push or pull portion of the movement. A little slow for my liking, but you can definitely see how it adds to the intensity. Day 2 is legs and abs. The 10x10 superset most commonly used is squats and leg curls. For supplementary work, you do an ab exercise like hanging leg raises or maybe a cable crunch. And for your calves, we have calf raises, either standing or seated. Day 3 is a rest day, and day 4 is arms and shoulders, pairing a move like close grip bench press or tricep dips with a curl variation like barbell curls or hammer curls. The accessory work would be for the shoulders. Dumbbell lateral raises and rear delt flies make sense here, as the lateral and rear delts aren't hit that hard in any of the other movements. Now day 5 is a rest day. Then on day 6, the entire sequence begins again and is repeated 6 times. And this will take about a month. Then before you move into phase 2, it's recommended that you back off a bit and only do 4 to 6 sets with an average of 6 to 8 reps per set. This is a recovery period meant to be 3 weeks long. In phase 2, the weight goes up and the reps drop to 6. Still 10 sets though. The weight you use is the same as the maximum amount of weight you can do for 12 reps before hitting technical failure. Other than that, it's basically the same as the first phase, although you can choose different exercises in this phase from the first. So instead of doing flat bench, you might want to do incline and superset that with pull-ups if you are doing bent over rows in the first phase. The The third and final phase is the most advanced and is involved enough that it's worth doing its own video for. As the weight and reps change with each workout, we now find ourselves working within the 3 to 5 rep range. I'll try to have that video out in the next couple weeks. Until then, keep working out while having fun. This is Lawrence from Fit and 50. We'll talk to you again in the next one.